गोपिका जीवनस्मरणं गोविंद गोविंद। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। तलये सुंदराकारं सदैग प्रियदर्शनम् अज्ञाननाशकं देवं सद्गुरुं मुरलीधरं मुरलीमण्डितकरकमलं मुनिजनमोहनं व्यत्यस्तपादं वनमालाधारिणं प्रेमभक्तमण्डल नित्यकीर्तिदं श्रीप्रेमिकवरदम् आश्रयेऽहं गुरुवायूरप्पा शरणम्। With immense grace of our Gurunatha, His Holiness Maharanyam Shri Shri Muralidhara Swamiji, by the Paramakripa of Madhuri Sakhi Sameda Premi Gavarada Thakurji, by the grace of Punnu Guruvayurappan, we are really blessed to hear Krishna Katha from Srimad Bhagavatam Dashama Skandam. We are coming to chapter number 34. Shri Shuka Uvacha Ekada Devayatraya Gopala Jata Kautukaha Anuvidanududyuktam Prayayuste Ambikavanam Tatra Snatva Saraswatyam Devam Pashupadim Vibhum Anarchur Arhanair Bhaktya Devim Chandrapade Ambika Gavo Hiranyam Vasamsi Madhu Madhvannamadritaha Brahmanebhyo Dadu Sarve Devo na priyatamiti. Once during a very important festival season, the Gopas went in great excitement to a place of pilgrimage. This place is called Ambika Vanam. And they all went in their chariots, which are drawn by ox. And they carried all kinds of puja materials. They had a bath in the Saraswati river. Tatra snatva saraswatyam devam pashupatim vibhum. They offered puja and worship to Sri Parameshwara and Mother Parvati with various ingredients like flowers, sandalwood paste and other food offerings. And then they gave us presents lot of cows and materials to Brahmanas. They gave gifts to Brahmanas. Gavo hiranyam vasamsi madhu madhvanna madritaha brahmanebhyo dadu sarve devo na priyatamidi. They gave us presents to Brahmanas, lot of cow, gold and a lot of vastram and also food offerings. And all the great elders, the Gopas, they spent the night on the banks of the Yamuna. They observed the Vratha and they performed puja and they slept there for the night. As they were sleeping, a python came and started swallowing Nandagopa. And suddenly Nandagopa woke up and realized that is Sarpa is swallowing him. Sachukrosha hinagrastah Krishna Krishna Mahanayam Sarpo mam grasate tata prapannam parimochaya tasya chakrandidam shutva gopala sahasottitaha krastam cha drishta vibhranta sarpa vivyadurul mukaihi. Suddenly Nandagopa is being swallowed by a serpent and he started calling loudly to Krishna, 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 please save me. The serpent is following me. All the Gopas and all heard, and they all came to help Nandagopa. They used a lot of fire lanterns to somehow attack the serpent and make him release Nandagopa. But no matter what they tried, the python would not release the hold. Alatai dahyamanopi namuchanda murangamaha tamasprishat padabhetya Bhagavan Satvadampadi. Our Bhagavan came there and then he just touched the python with his lotus feet. Tamasprishat padabhetya Bhagavan Satvadampadi. Immediately Savai Bhagavada Srimat Padasparshahata Shubha Bheje Sarpa Vapurhitva Rupam Vidyadhararchidam. The moment the Lord's lotus feet touched the serpent immediately gave up its elephant body and it revealed its true form as a Vidyadhara. All the sins of the serpent were removed by the contact of the Lord's feet. And the serpent abandoned the snake body, and then it was actually a beautiful Vidyadhara, and it was very beautiful celestial. And then the Vidyadhara immediately wearing beautiful golden necklaces and garlands with beautiful silk cloth, he did salutations to Bhagavan. Tama Prichadrishi Keshaha Pranadham Samupastidam Deepyamanena Vapusha Parusham Hema Malinam Ko Bhavan Paraya Lakshmya Rochate Adbhuta Darshanaha Katam Jugupsita Metam Gatimba Prapitu Avashaha. Bhagavan, even though he's all-knowing, he's asking Vidyadhara, who are you possessed of such great beauty and brilliance? How come you became a python, and what happened to cause you to become a python? And so Vidyadhara is replying, I am a Vidyadhara named Sudarshana. I am very wealthy, and I was very wealthy and very beautiful, and I was able to go around all the worlds and sport everywhere freely, as I had a lot of pride. And once I saw the Rishi Angiras, and who was not so good looking, and I laughed at him, saying that he doesn't look nice. So because of pride of my own beauty, I laughed at the Rishi, and immediately the Rishi cursed me and I became a serpent. Rishin Virupana Angirasaha Prahasa Rupa Dharpidaha Tairima Prapito Yonim Pralabdai Svena Papana. So because of the Rishi's Shapa, I was condemned to become a snake. But by the touch of your lotus feet, I have been really blessed, and I'm able to get rid of that Janma and become my original form as a Vidyadhara. The Rishi's Shapa has indeed proved to be a great blessing for me, because I have been blessed by your touch. Brahmadandad vimuktoham sadyasya achyuta darshanad yannama grinnan akilan श्रोत्रनात्मानमेव च सद्य पुनाति किं भूयः तस्य स्पृष्टः पदाहिते. Even narrating your nama, and people who chant your nama and the people who hear your nama, they are purified. Then what is there to be surprised about the fact that you yourself are here and your lotus feet touched me? So I am purified. Please allow me to return back to my abode. Like this, praising the glory of the divine name, our Vidyadhara is allowed to go back. And so Bhagavan lets him go. So this Vidyadhara, Sudarshana, regains his original form. Then one day, Krishna Balram and all the Gopas are sporting in the woods. It is about early evening, and all the gopis are also there. All are sporting in the woods, enjoying one vihar, and having lot of as Bhagavan and Balramji are playing the flutes, they are singing kirtans and having nice wonderful time. At that time, an asura is a emissary of Kubera. He's a Guhyaka. He's a emissary of Kubera. He came and purposely kidnapped all the gopis. And so even he had the audacity to come where Bhagavan and Balramaji are there, and he kidnapped all the gopis and took them in a northern direction. And so, Tayo nirikshado rajanne tannatam pramadajanam kroshandam kalayamasa dishudicham ashankitaha kroshantam Krishna Ramedi vilokya swaparigraham yatagadasyunagrasta brataran manvadhavata. And the gopis are wailing and crying loudly, "Oh Krishna Balram, save us, Krishna Balram, save us." Bhagavan and Balram ran behind the Shankachuta and did not let him, escape. So they ran, and finally they caught up with him. Then Bhagavan killed Shankachuda. His name is Shankachuda because he has a Chuda Mani, a beautiful crest jewel in his head. He has a beautiful Shanka. And so Bhagavan killed him and brought that beautiful crest jewel and presented it to Balramji. And this way, Bhagavan gave salvation to Sudarshana and also punished Shankachuda. Then in the next beautiful chapter in Bhagavatam 35, we come to beautiful Yugala Geetam. This is just like Venu Geetam, where we saw Bhagavan playing the Venu, has the whole cosmos is mesmerized by the sounds of coming from the flute of Bhagavan. And this is the same Yugala Geetam, and the slokas come in pairs called Yugalam. And so how one day Bhagavan goes to the forest, and when Bhagavan is gone, how the gopis remember him and how they remember his beautiful leelas, and they always talk about him, sing about him. And when they hear the lovely notes of the flute coming from far, the gopis are again immersed in loving remembrance, and then they narrate to each other about Bhagavan and his glories. So very beautiful shlokas. What was the effect the flute had on all the people? Again, once more we will enjoy with the shlokas in Yugala Geetam. This is chapter 35. Shri Shukauvacha Gopyah Krishne Vanam Yate Tamanudruta Chetasaha Krishna Leela Pragayantyo Ninyuhu Dukkhena Vasadan Gopyauchuhu Vamabahu Krita Vamakapolo Valgura Valgida Bruradharapita Venum Pomalanguli Virashrida Margam Gopya Idayadiyatra Mugunda Vyomayana Vanita Sahasiddai Vismita Sadupadarya Salajja Kama Margana Samarpita Chitta Kashmalam Yayurapasmritanivya Vama Bahu Krita Vama Kapolo. Krishna is holding the flute on his lips. His left cheek is slightly slanted, is resting on his left shoulder, and his beautiful lotus-like fingers are moving on all the holes of the flute, and his eyebrows are also moving and throbbing. And as the sound of the flute is coming in the heavenly regions, the wives of the celestials are passing by. And the moment they hear the flute and the moment they see his form, they are overcome by passion and amorous sentiments, and they are not able to proceed further, and they stand still at that spot without realizing their clothes are slipping and they are immersed in delightful, blissful state. So that is the effect the flute has on the wives of all the celestials. Then Andachitramabala Shunudedam Harahasaurasi Stira Vidyut Nanda Sunurayamata Janana Narmado yarihi pujita venu Vrindasho Braja Vrisham Rigagavo Venu Vadya Hrita Cheta Sara Danda Dashta Kavala Drida Karna Nidrida Likita Chitramivasan. As Bhagavan is again playing the flute, the gopis are telling one another, you know, oh girls, here, and Krishna, the son of Nanda, he is Nanda Sunurayam Artha Jananam, that Bhagavan who removes the sorrows of the afflicted, that son of Nandagopa, and he is sounding the flute. His smile is so divine, and his necklaces that he is wearing are all shining. And that Bhagavan who is, showing so much divine brilliance, where even Mother Sri Devi is always sporting in his chest. When that Bhagavan plays the flute, what happened to all the Mrigagavo, the cows? The cows are hearing the sound with their ears uplifted, and they are drinking the sound of the flute with their ears. When we just eat or drink with our mouth, we are having the Indriya Sukha. But when we are drinking from the eyes or drinking from the ear, the entire body feels the Sukha. All the Indriyas are able to enjoy that rasa. And so the cows are drinking with their ears uplifted. And the little calves, they were drinking milk from the mother, and they were eating grass, but they are unable to swallow the grass, unable to swallow the milk, and they just get stuck in their mouth, and they just stand still, like pictures appearing, like figures appearing in a canvas. So our beautiful Krishna, when he plays the flute, the animals are in a state of bliss also. Then what about the lovely rivers? The rivers also, their motion is, their speed is slowed down. As they keep hearing the flute, they are not able to keep moving and moving the water. The speed slows down, and they somehow make an excuse to come and with their wavy hands, they come and hug the lotus feet of Krishna again and again, it seems. Barihina stabakadatu palashai baddamalla parivarga vidamba karhichit sabala alisa gopan gasamahvayadi yatra mukunda tarihi bhaknagataya sarito vai tatpadambujarajo nilanitam Sprihayati vayamiva bahu punya prema vepita bujasti mitapa. And Bhagavan, he sometimes dresses up like a wrestler, and he's wearing nice dhoti and nice pagdi and everything. And he also has beautiful peacock feather. Barihinastava datu palashe. He has beautiful face painting. And in those days, the gopis would dress up like that. They would have beautiful designs on their faces. They would have beautiful kumkum on their vakshasthala. They would have beautiful face painting and designs on their faces, on their hands. So the way they dressed was very beautiful. And so Bhagavan is also dressed so beautifully. And as he calls aloud the names of the cows in his flute. The cow, usually from his flute, he would be calling the name, calling and sweet Radha's names. Sometimes he's calling the names of the cows. And then as the river, supposed to be inanimate vastu, but the river has a profound effect, and so it is just not able to keep flowing. Its speed is slowed down, and then अनुचरै समनुवर्णितवीर्य आदिपूरुषैवाचलभूति वनचरो गिरितटेषु चरन्दे वेणुनाह्वयति गासयदायि वनलतास्तरव आत्मनि विष्णुं व्यञ्जयन्त्यैव पुष्पफलाढ्या प्रणतभारविटपामधुदार प्रेमहृष्टतनवस सृजुस्म. All the children are surrounding and standing by Krishna, and they are all singing, our Krishna is so great, our Krishna is so beautiful, how many times he has saved us. Like this, they are all singing about him. And Bhagavan moves about in the forest, and he's playing the flute. He's running up and down the mountains and valleys and searching for the cows. And while playing the flute, he calls the cows by their names. The cows are wandering in the valleys and the river banks. At that time, the trees are feeling so much horripilation. And how do we know that? They start to shed honey, and their branches are loaded with fruits and flowers, and they bow down and bend down as Krishna Balaram are walking, as though to offer all the fruits and flowers to them. So the flute has this effect on all the plants and creepers in the forest. And then Vividha Gopacharaneshu Vidagdo Venuvadyo Rudhani Cha Shiksha Tava Sutta Satiyadadara Bimbe Datta Venuranayat Swarajati Savana Shastadupadarya Suresha Shakra Sharva Parameshti Puroga Kavaya Anada Kandara Chitta Kashmalam Yayura Nischita Tattva. All the gopis come and ask Yashoda, Yashoda, where did your Krishna learn the flute? Yashoda says that one day I just asked Krishna, he was sitting outside and he started playing flute. I said, Krishna, Krishna, who taught you? And Krishna says, I was just, experimenting, just closing some holes and blowing, and then closing other holes and then blowing, keeping some open, keeping some closed and blowing. I just tried it, Amma, and now I'm able to play flute. So this Bhagavan is Nija Shiksha. Very beautifully, he plays the flute. Who taught him? He's Akila Kala Guru. He already knows. It seems so. He is, as his lips are touching the flute also, plays as though it's vibrating by the touch. So like this, when Bhagavan plays the flute, all the different ragas emerge, which even the celestials have never heard. The different variations like Mandra, Madhyama, and Tara, different ragas, different pitches, different melodies and harmonies emerge, which even celestials like Indra or Brahma or Parameshwara have never seen these combinations. And so they are astonished hearing the different types of notes produced by the flute. Like this, all the gods are mesmerized hearing the beautiful sound of the flute. This way the gopis are spending the whole day talking about Krishna, singing about him, and always remembering his face and hearing the flute. Like this, the whole day becomes joyous for them. And then Sri Shukavacha Evam Rajastriyo Rajan Krishna Leelanugayati Remire Ahastutta Chitta Tanmanaska Mahodaya. This way, the gopis spend their day when Bhagavan goes to the forest. Next day, another chapter we are seeing, 36th chapter. So many asuras have been sent by Kamsa, all of them have been killed by Bhagavan. Now Kamsa is making a final resolve to kill Bhagavan. And so that is the chapter 36, Sri Shukavacha. अततर्ह्यागतो गोष्ठम् अरिष्टो वृषभासुरः महीमः ककुत्कायः कम्पयन् खुरवीक्षताम् रम्भमाणः करधरम् पदा च विलिकन्महीम् उद्यम्य पुच्छं वप्राणि विषाणाग्रेण चोद्धरन्. Very dangerous asura in the form of an ox. Arishta, he came. He has a huge hump and a very big body. He's bellowing like the bull, you know, and he's when the earth is trembling and shaking under his hooves, and he's scratching the earth. And as he's rushing in coming inside Gokula with his horns, he's rubbing on the mountains, and the earth is being peeled from those mountains. Like that, his horns are so big, he's huge in size, and he has big, ferocious eyes, and ready to attack, and with fierce bellowing, he's coming and causing so much terror in Gokula. All the cows or the women who are pregnant, they are all terrified by him, and they have premature abortions. Like this Arishta Asura is advancing so fast in and coming inside Gokula. Again, all the Vrajavasis, when they heard, they all take shelter under Krishna and say, Krishna Krishnedi te sarve Govindam Sharanam Yayuhu Bhagavanapi Tadvikshya Gokulam Bhaya Vidrutam. Bhagavan, they called Bhagavan. Immediately Bhagavan came and then said, Oh fool Arishta, why are you terrorizing my Vrajavasis? Come, I am ready to fight with you. Like this, Bhagavan clapped, and he's provoking him and telling him to, with a clap of his arms and standing with his hand on his friend's shoulder, Bhagavan says, Oh sinful creature, come here, I'm ready to fight with you. My job is to remove the pride of evil ones like you. Baladarpahaham dushtanam tvarvidanam duratmanam ityaspotya chutorishtam talashabdena kopayan. And like this, he called and provoked Arishtasura. Arishtasura is very much angry now, so he rushes with his horns shaking, and he's so tall, and our Kannan is so small, on the ground. And Arishtasura is so big with his big eyes. He looks down upon Bhagavan like this. Bhagavan has no fear. Immediately, Bhagavan, he has practiced from childhood itself. He knows how to touch the horns of the bulls and the cows. So Bhagavan immediately caught this Arishtasura and caught his horns. And just by catching the horns, he just pushed him, and he went back 18 feet and he fell. Again, Arishtasura, provoked and becoming so angry, gets up, and again he comes to hit Bhagavan with his horns, and then with his legs, he's trying to hit Bhagavan. Bhagavan immediately got hit again by its horns, and he threw him on the ground. And then he put his feet on Arishtasura and squeezed him till the very life left him. Every different Asura Bhagavan killed in different ways. And so this Arishtasura, he was, the very life was squeezed out of him when Bhagavan stepped on him, and that Arishtasura died. And then after the destruction of Arishtasura, one day here Devarishi Narada comes and pays a visit to Kamsa. Now it's the time of, the Avatara Karya has to happen. The purpose of Avatara, which is to lighten the burden of the earth, which is to kill Kamsa, which is to destroy all the wicked ones. So one of the purpose is also to kill Kamsa, isn't it? So Bhagavan Narada Muni comes and provokes Kamsa one more time. Did you know that eighth child of Devaki, you think it was a girl? It was actually Yashoda's daughter. And Yashoda's son Krishna, who is over there, he's actually not Yashoda's son, he's Devaki's son. And then he said, Balram, who is supposed to be Nandagopa and Yashoda's son, is actually Rohini and Vasudeva's son. Like this, Narada reminded Kamsa that, he should not wait any longer and try to finish the Avadara Karya. So Narada comes like this, and now Kamsa is even more angry. He's about to again kill Vasudeva right there, then come because of fear of Narada, he stops. Then again, Kamsa starts sending more Asura. Kamsa plans to send Keshi, another Asura. And then he also starts to plan a wrestling match and to invite Krishna Balram to Mathura and have a wrestling match and there kill them. Like this, Kamsa is planning a wrestling match. He's summoning Akrura and telling him, you go to Vraj and bring Krishna Balram, and here let everyone arrange a wrestling match. Let everyone take a huge sports arena and build galleries. Let all the people, let all the citizens be invited to watch this wrestling match, and let all the preparations be made. Let there be a huge mad elephant at the entrance itself, so that the elephant itself may kill Krishna Balram. So keep a Kuvalaya Peda, the elephant, in the front gates, and then call the best wrestlers like Chanura and Mushtika to have a wrestling match. Prepare the divine bow, the Divya Dhanush. Let the Dhanush Yaga be performed, and then let all arrangements be made to bring Krishna Balram here and to kill them. Like this, Kamsa made a plan, and then he commissions Akrura. And so this Akrura is a Chachaji of Krishna, and he has been waiting for a chance to sometime go to Vraj and have darshan of Krishna Balram. He has heard about their divine Leelas and he's been eagerly waiting. Krishna, when will you give me a chance, Guru Varappa? When will I come and have your darshan? Like this, Akrura, a Bhakta, has been waiting for many years, and now the person who was always stopping him was Kamsa. Now Kamsa himself is telling him to go. So Akrura is saying, wow, this is very vichitram. And so Akrura is very pleased, and so he is starting to make preparations to go to Gokula. In the meantime, we come to next chapter number 37. Kamsa has sent Keshi to again attack Bhagavan. Sri Shuka Uvacha Keshi tu Kamsa Prahitaha Kudainmahim Mahahayo Nirjarayan Manojavah Sadavaduta Brabhimana Sankulam Kurvanna Boyeshita Veshita Kilaha Shalanetro Vikatasya Kotaro Brihadgalo Nila Mahambuto Nurashaya Kamsahidam Chikishu Rajam Sanandasya Jagama Kampayan. Again, another terrifying Asura called Keshi. He came in the form of a huge horse. See, these Asuras, they take different forms. So this is a wild horse. And again, he's scratching the earth and peeling the ground with his hooves. And his huge hair, mane, is shattering the clouds. He's so tall. And he's terrifying everyone with his fierce neighing sound. And all the people of Gokula are again frightened and terrified as this huge wild horse is approaching. His eyes are wide open and his mouth is wide open, ready to swallow Bhagavan. And so with mind full of evil, he's coming and attacking the all the Vrajavasis. So immediately Bhagavan saw him, and the Lord appeared before him and beckoned him, come, let's fight. Like this. And the Asura, he also made a huge neighing sound. And then Bhagavan, he saw little Krishna in the front. So the Asura goes and charges at Bhagavan with his mouth open so wide that he is about to swallow Krishna. And then with his hind legs, he kicked Bhagavan. With his hind legs, the horse Asura kicked Bhagavan. Bhagavan evaded the kick, and then he lifted him by the very legs and he whirled him round and round and round, and he threw him on the ground 100 yards away. Just like Garuda, plays with the serpent, like this, our Bhagavan, he just took him and threw him. Now, the Asura Keshi became unconscious for a brief moment, but he recovered. And again he came back to fight. And then again with his mouth wide open to swallow Krishna, our Bhagavan, this time what he did? Without any fear, he thrust his left arm inside the Asura's mouth. See, every Asura he killed in different ways. The delightful leelas of Bhagavan, even his killing is so rasomai. Everything he makes it rasomai. So that Bhagavan rasovai saha. That Bhagavan makes everything into rasa. So he thrust his left arm into the mouth of this Asura Keshi, and once inside the mouth, the hand is growing as though it's a neglected disease. The hand grows and becomes so heavy, and the Asura starts choking. First when Bhagavan put the hand inside, it felt his teeth are breaking. It was like so strong, like an iron club. And so Keshi's teeth started to break like a red hot iron. His Bhagavan's arm entered inside. Then that arm grew and grew like a neglected disease, it seems. And then the Asura, he choked to death by that swelling arm of Krishna. So this way, after even doing all this, our little Kannan stands there smiling without having the least pride that he killed such massive asuras. Adudan, the beauty of our Bhagavan. So, Tattehadaha Karkatika Phalopaman Yasodapa Krishya Bhujam Mahabhujaha Avismito Yatna Hatari Rutsmayahi Prasuna Varshaihi Divishad Biriditaha. The astonished devas who are watching from above, such divya leelas, they again shower flowers on Bhagavan and say, aha, aha, like this. And all of the Brajavasis are again saved. And then Narada Muni also comes and comes to Vraja and sings the praises of Bhagavan. And then another Asura called Vyoma Asura came. One time the Gopas and all the with Bhagavan, they are playing game of hide and seek. Some will hide all the cows and some will have to search for the cows and find them, like hide and seek game. Some will be thieves and some will be stealing, some will be keeping. Like this, they play new games every day. So, but at that time, an Asura came in the form of a Gopa himself. And he started kidnapping all the children, like his thieving, and taking all the children and shutting them in a cave. And slowly all the children are vanishing as the game is going on. And Bhagavan realized this is not a regular Gopa like us, he's a Asura. So Bhagavan took him aside, caught him red-handed, and then Bhagavan threw him on the ground. And as the devas are all watching, Bhagavan killed him by suffocating him. And this way, Keshi and Vyoma Asura are also killed. Then in the next chapter, we see chapter number 38, as Kamsa has decided to send Akrura, right? Akrura to Vraja. So Akrura, he got up early and he's gathered his chariot and gathered himself after a holy bath. He got into the chariot and got ready to go from Mathura to Vraj. So Shri Shukavacha Akruro Pichatam Ratrim Madhupunya Mahamadi Ushitva Rathamastaya Prayayau Nanda Gokulam Gachan Pati Mahabhago Bhagavathyambuje Kshane Bhaktim paramupagada evametadachintayate kim maya charitam badram kim taptam paramam tapah kim vadapyarhate dattam yadraksham yadya keshavam. Akrura, finally that day has arrived when he is going to go and have darshan of Bhagavan. So he has been waiting for this day for so many years, and today is the day. So full of delight, thinking about the beautiful meeting with Bhagavan. Akrura, who is a great devotee, with an upsurge of devotion, he commissioned his charioteer and got into the chariot after performing all the ritual bath, and then he started on the chariot to go to Vraja. And he's thinking, some punya I must have done, Krishna, that you gave me a chance to come and have your darshan like this. And so Akrura is thinking, today all my sins have been removed, and my birth in this world has taken fruit. And so it has attained its fulfillment. For I shall be seeing that Bhagavan whose lotus feet, whose the dust from whose feet, or even gods like Indra and Brahma and Parameshwara are waiting to get the dust of his lotus feet, who all the gods come and bow down to, who Mother Shri is always clinging to, that Bhagavan, that Krishna I'm going to see today. Like this, Akrura, with all the thoughts, all his thoughts absorbed in Krishna, all the way thinking about Bhagavan, he comes in towards the evening time, he enters Vraja. And the moment he enters Vraja, on the grass, he's able to see the lotus footprints of Bhagavan everywhere, here and there. He's able to see the footprints of Bhagavan. And the moment he saw the footprints of Bhagavan, those lotus feet and the footprints, which even the celestials with all their kirita, they come and do pranam to those lotus feet, those lotus imprints of Bhagavan's feet. When Akrura saw, and is overcome by upsurge of devotion, and so padani tasya kila lokapala kirita jushtamala padareno tadarsha goshti kshiti kautukani vilakshitanyabjayavankushadhyaihi. The lotus feet of Bhagavan have the beautiful dvaja, the flag symbol. They have the beautiful vajra to remove the mountain of our sins. The vajra symbol is in the lotus feet of Bhagavan. The hook is there too in the lotus feet of Bhagavan. The hook to guide our mind and pull it towards him. That hook is a symbol in the lotus feet of Bhagavan. The lotus, which represents Ananda, it is also a symbol in the lotus feet of Bhagavan. So Akrura is able to see these footprints, and the moment he saw, he is overcome by horripilation and unexplainable bliss. Tad darshanahlada vivriddha sambhrama प्रेम्णोर्ध्वरोमाशु कलाकुलेक्षणः तदा दवस्कन्द्य सतेष्वचेष्टद प्रभोरमून्यङ्गिरजां स्यहो इति. Did you see? Come everyone, see, these are the dust of the feet of my Lord. These are the dust of the feet of my Krishna. Excited like this, he's shouting and telling everyone as the tears are flowing from his eyes, and an outburst of devotional feeling is emerging from him, and telling everyone, these are the dust of my Lord Krishna, these are the foot dust of my Lord. And taking this, he's applying it all over his body, and he's rolling on the ground again and again. Such was the emotion for Akrura when he saw when he saw the footprints of Bhagavan in everywhere on the grass. And then in a few moments, he saw the beautiful house of Yashoda Bhavata Nand Baba, and he saw the beautiful young children just fresh after the evening bath. Kishorao Shamala Shvetao Sriniketao Brihad Bhujao Sumukao Sundaravaro Bala Dvirada Vikramao Dwaja Vajrangushambojaihi Chinnitaihi Angibirvrajam Shobhayanto Mahatmana Vanukroshasmite Kshanau. And so he saw Krishna Balram standing there fresh after their evening bath, one wearing yellow pitambara, one wearing blue pitambara, blue veshti, and wearing less garlands today. But their eyes are shining like lotuses, and they are beautiful tilaka and lovely curly hair, and they look like young elephants. They have the spirit like young elephants. And the moment he saw, Akrura fell down like a log of wood and fell flat on the ground, and he forgot who he was. He forgot his name. He was going to announce, me Akrura have been sent by Kamsa and all those. He forgot everything. He just fell flat on the ground like a log of wood and said, Krishna, like this. And our Bhagavan, he slowly lifted up Akrura, he embraced him, and he took him inside the house and offered him water and fresh delicious food prepared, and made sure all the tiredness of his journey was released. He got relief from the tiredness of his journey, and he got plenty of rest. And Krishna Balram whole night they spent with Akrura, and so they did not go out to meet the gopis today, it seems. So the gopis, they are all waiting. Where is Krishna Balram today? Chandra grihe kimuda Chandra bhaga grihenu Radha grihenu bhavane kimu maitra vinde Durto vilambada idi pramada biruchaihi Ashankito nishi marutpuranadapaya. All the gopis are waiting and they are telling, where did our Krishna go? He's so chalak and very cunning Krishna. He didn't tell us today. I don't know which house he went to today. Was it Chandra's house or Chandrabhaga's house, or was it Radha's house, or is it Mitravinda's house? Which gopis house did he go to? Like this, all the gopis are waiting for him. He didn't come. And then in the next morning, all the Vrajavasis saw there is some a strange chariot standing in front of Nandagopal's house. Some visitor has come from foreign place. It seems like this. The Vrajavasis all gathered in Nandagopal's house and to see who has come. And our gopis are so shy, they are not able to directly come and talk to the men. But from far, they are seeing some strange person has come. And then they heard the news that this person has come to take away Bhagavan. And the moment they heard that he has come to take Bhagavan, they are all devastated, and they are in deep viraha, and they are begging to Bhagavan, and they are crying to Guruvayurappa, why are you doing this, O Creator? Why are you separating us from our Krishna? What use is life for us now? Like this, the gopis are going to cry. So this is the beautiful chapter when Bhagavan goes to Mathura with Akrura. This is chapter number 39. Sri Shukauvacha Sukhopavishtah Paryanke Ramakrishnorumanitah Lebe Manorathan Sarvan Patiyan Sachakarah Kimalabhyam Bhagavadi Prasanne Sriniketaneh Tadapi Tatpara Rajan Nahi Vanchanti Kinchana Kimalabhyam Bhagavadi Prasanne Sriniketaneh Tatapi Tatpara Rajan Nahi Vanchanti Kinchana. Like this, when Akrura was welcomed by Bhagavan, he is feeling, so blissful that he got darshan of Bhagavan. And then Bhagavan is asking him, what brings you here? How are our Devaki and Vasudeva in Mathura? How is everything over there? Then Kamsa tells him the purpose, then Akrura tells him the purpose of his visit, and says Kamsa has sent him and invited Krishna Balram to Mathura. Like this, without telling that, Kamsa is trying to kill you, Akrura is telling, he's inviting you for a wrestling match, and I have come here to take you both. So like this he told, and Bhagavan and Balram are hearing, Then Nanda Gopa is also hearing Yashoda Mata is crying, Krishna is going to leave us. The Bhagavan said, all Nanda Gopa and all the elders can join me. So they, gathered all articles to take to the King Kamsa, like lot of milk and curds and butter and ghee and everything. They collected all these articles to give as gift to Kamsa, and then Yashoda Mata is immersed in grief. Krishna, where are you going? When will I see you, Krishna? Like this, there was nobody was able to console Yashoda Mata. And then as Krishna Balram are getting into the chariot, the gopis come running. The gopis come running behind. Krishna has already entered the chariot. He's about to leave us. How could this happen to us? Is this all real? Like this, the gopis are crying. Gopya uchuhu aho vidatastavana kvachiddaya samyojya maitriya pranayena dehinah tamschakritartan yunangshya parthakam vikriditam te arpaka cheshtitam yatha. Aho vidata, creator, oh creator. Don't you have any, little bit of daya? You just gave Krishna as our friend and companion and brought Krishna into our lives. And even before our love has taken full fruit, you're separating him from us. Do you have any feeling? How could you be so cruel? Oh Krishna, oh creator, how can you take him away from us? Is all your creative work just mere play for you? You make people get attached to each other, and before their love is bearing fruit, you separate them. This creative activity, is it a mere play for you? Is it just a play? Don't you have any feeling for the people who, like us, who are suffering from separation? Like this, with every shloka, they are crying to Bhagavan. And then they are saying, yes, tam pradarshasida kuntalavridam mukunda vaktram Sukapola munnasam shokapanodasmitalesha sundaram karoshi paroksham asadute kridam. You showed us the Krishna, face of Krishna of unlimited beauty. He's covered by curly hair, his high nose and beautiful smile which removes the sorrow and suffering from everyone. That smile which brings joy and courage to everyone. Shokapanodasmida lesha sundaram karoshi paroksham asadute kridam. It is very cruel on your part to separate us from him now. How could you do this? Like this, with every shloka they cry, and then they say again, Kruras twamakrura samakhayasmanas chakshurhi dattam harase batatnyavade chakshurhi dattam harase batatnyavade Eneka deshya kila sarga saushtavam swadiyam adrakshma vayam madudvishah. You yourself must have come as this cruel Akrura. His name is Akrura, but how cruel is his act that is separating us from him, that Bhagavan, who the very purpose of having eyes was to see our Krishna. If Krishna is not there, why do we even need eyes? That's why they had sung Akshan Vadam Palamidam Na Param Vidama. Akshanvadam, the purpose of having eyes is to sing, is to see him. If he is not there, why do we need to have eyes, Krishna? How could you do this? How could you separate us from him like this? Nanda Sunuhu Chanabanga Saugridaha Samikshadena Swakritatura Vada Vihaya Gehan Swajanan Sudan Patim Tadasam Adopagada Navapriya. And again they are saying, for his sake, the son of Nanda, does he not realize how much we are suffering from separation? Does he not realize how much we will be suffering when he is gone? Does he not know how much grief it will cause us that he is not here? How can he leave us like this? How can we forget his beautiful, lovely words, his sweet talks, his gentle smile, his lovely hair, his lovely walk, his lovely gestures? We left everything and we came to be with him and serve him, but he is so cruel. He's leaving us How is this right? Like this, they remember beautiful smile and words of Bhagavan. Madhuraya gira valguvakyaya buddha manojnaya pushkarekshana vidikharirima viramohyati adarasiduna apyayaya swanaha. Madhuraya gira, his sweet speech, his beautiful words, even Buddha Manojnaya, even all the wise people enjoy to hear and talk with him and hear about him. And we are all your servants, and our senses are all not working anymore. Once we have seen your beautiful form, please come and give us your darshan. Like this, the gopis had prayed in Gopi Geet, and then they had said, you know, we had left our family, we left everything, our home, our place, our family, our name, everything we forgot. And we came to be with you and serve you. Pati Sutanvaya Bhratri Bandhavat Ati Vilangyate Antyachutagata Gadi Vidastava Udgita Mohita Hitavayoshita Kastya Jenishi. Like this, they are telling how we left everything for his sake and he is leaving us. How can we survive? How can we keep our life anymore? How will we, keep going without our Krishna? And so, like this, they are crying and they run behind the chariot. And when they started calling Govinda, Madhava, Damodara, do not leave us, like this, without showing any shyness or hiding their love. They are openly crying and telling, Evam Bruvana Virahatura Brisham Rajastriyaha Krishna Vishakta Manasaha Visrijya Lajjam Rurudusma Suswaram Govinda Damodara Madhavedi. Let everyone know that we love our Krishna. Let all the elders know. Let everyone in Braj know. We are not going to hide our love anymore. Let everyone know Krishna is our dear one. Like this, forgetting all the Lajja, Radhe and all the gopis are crying and praying and calling, Hey Madhava, Hey Natha, Hey Govinda. Like this, they are crying to Bhagavan. And the chariot, Bhagavan and is seated, Krishna Balram are seated, and Akrura is ready to drive. The gopis try to go in the front and stop, and the chariot stops, and the gopis stand motionless and look at Bhagavan. And then Bhagavan gives them a smile and consoles them by his dear smile, and the gopis feel little better, and then as though by words he's telling, I shall return and come back soon. Like this, Bhagavan made the gopis feel better, and the gopis are waiting, and they see slowly the chariot is moving and moving and moving, and slowly as the flag hoisted on the top of the chariot, that it is disappearing and becoming smaller and smaller and smaller, and as the chariot is going, the gopis here stand and wait till the flag is not seen anymore, and then they become so full of viraha bhava, but they say, we will let our Krishna be happy, let our Krishna do his work and be happy wherever he goes. And like this thinking, the gopis did not go to Braj, to Mathura. The gopis always remain in Braj, and they serve and they are immersed in Viraha Bhava. They are immersed, even that Viraha Bhava gives them some ananda. And so they stay in Vraj while our Bhagavan does all his Avadara Karya in Mathura, and then he goes to Dwaraka, and then he has to do so much work. But our gopis always remain in Vraj. And so this way Bhagavan went with Akrura. And as we saw, as Akrura is, a great bhakta, and he has been waiting for this chance to have Sangam of Bhagavan. So Bhagavan, he decides to bless Akrura. Wherever Bhagavan goes, he blesses people. Bhagavan is ready to always give and give and give more. Like this, Bhagavan blesses Akrura. As Akrura says, it's evening time. He parks the chariot in a nearby shady place, and then he says, I shall go and do my Sandhya rituals in the river, and I shall come back. So he makes Krishna Balram sit in the chariot, and Akrura goes to take a dip in the river in the evening time to perform his Sandhya rites. And when he entered the river and he took a dip inside in the river, he saw Krishna Balram and the chariot under the water. Then he was shaken up. How can Krishna Balram be here under the water? I just left them over there on the grass nearby, in the nearby tree. How come they are here? And then he lifted his head and he looked. Krishna Balram are over there also. And then he looks in the water. They are here under the water. Like this, Bhagavan plays a leela with him. Niyamaya nimajyavarini tvam abhivikshyadarate gandhineyaha vivashojanikin vidam vibhoste nanu chitram tvavalokanam samandat. Akrura is overwhelmed with wonder and became, confused what's happening. But Bhagavan is showing him, I'm omnipresent. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. And then Akrura again dipping in the water, now suddenly he saw Vishwarupa Darshanam of Bhagavan. He showed him as the Narayana Swarupa. He showed him as the Narayana resting on the serpent bed Adishesha with all the gods surrounding him and singing his glories, with Mother Lakshmi and with Brahmaji, and all the gods are bowing down and chanting Veda and divine hymns. Like this, Bhagavan Akrura had the darshan of Vishwarupa darshana like this. Punaresha nimajya punyashali purusham tvam paramambujanga bhoge arikambugadambujai spurandam surasiddhauga paridamaluloke. So that much punya Akrura has to get this darshan of Guruvayurappan. And so he is stunned and his hair is all standing on end, and he slowly comes out of the water, and then he comes to and comes near Bhagavan, and Bhagavan said, what happened, Akrura? Did you see something in the water? Why are you looking like this? Why are you having horripilation all over your body like this? Bhagavan, as though he didn't know anything, he's questioning Akrura, and Akrura merely smiled. So such beautiful Leela described in Narayanyam in Canto 73, last few shlokas. Satada Paramatma Saukya Sindhau Vinimagna Pranuvan Prakara Vedaihi Avilokya Punascha Harsha Sindhoho. Harsha Sindhoho. Akrura is immersed in ocean of bliss. Anuvritya Pulaka Vrido Yayautvam Kimushi Talima Mahanjaleyate. Was the water very cold, Akrura? Is that why your hair is all standing on end? Like this, our Krishna, very cunning Krishna is asking like this. And so, Kimushi Talima Mahanjaleyate Pulakosa Vidichoditena Tena Atiharsha Niruttharena Sardham Rathavasi Pavanesha Pahimam Tvam. Hey Krishna, hey Guruvayurappa, this way you gave so much intense ananda to Akrura, and you blessed him like this. Our Bhattadri says in Canto 73. Then in Canto number 40, in the Bhagavatam, we see Akrura sang a stuti to Bhagavan. Natosmeham tvagila hedu vedum narayanam purushamadhyam avyayam Yannabhijadat Aravinda Koshat Brahma Virasidhyada Esha Lokaha Bhustoyamaknihi Pavanakamadhihi Mahana Jadirmana Indriyani Sarvendriyartha Vipudascha Sarve Ye Hetavaste Jagadonga Bhutaha. Akrura is singing beautiful praise of Bhagavan, and Bhagavan smiles. And this way, Akrura's yatra was successful, and Akrura brought back Bhagavan and Balram ji to Mathura. So we enjoyed beautiful Krishna Leela up to Mathura Gamanam. Bhagavan has reached Mathura. What happened in Mathura, we shall see all those. Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Jai. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Gopika Jivana Smaranam, Govinda Govinda, Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Jai.